Good evening. On behalf of the governing body of the City of Passaic, we welcome you to the November 6, 2025 City Council meeting. In accordance with Chapter 231 Public Laws of 1975, adequate notice of this meeting was provided by resolution of the Municipal Council adopted on June 17, 2025, setting forth the schedule of meetings for the year 2025-2026. Said notice was published and posted on the City Hall Bulletin Board by the Office of the City Clerk. Please be further advised this meeting will be conducted in person. The Zoom stream provided is for viewing only and is offered to the public as a convenience. On October 23rd, 2025, public notice and Zoom instructions for this meeting were published in the Herald News and posted on the City of Passaic website at www.cityofpassaic.com. Council agendas. Instructions are also available on the last page of this agenda. Please be guided accordingly.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Love.
Councilman Love, can you hear us?
Councilwoman Mello.
Present.
Councilman Mayor.
Yes, present.
Councilwoman Colon Montañez.
Present.
And Council President Scheer.
President, shall we all please rise?
Heavenly Father, we want to thank you, Lord, for allowing us to meet this evening. We ask you to please guide us in the decisions that will take place this evening. In your beloved name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I believe Councilman Love will be joining us.
Yes, he switched to a different device.
Okay, and Councilman Monk will not be joining us tonight, I believe.
Correct.
Very good. We're on our agenda. If you don't have an agenda you would like, they're immediately outside the door, the council door. Mayor's update.
Very much. I know that at our previous meeting we shared, but our city joined together in expressing our condolences to the Creech family as a Principal Carl Creech had passed away, a longtime Passaic High School administrator and mentor to many, whose leadership and compassion shaped the generations of students. I know that we all express collectively to the family, as well as Mr. Mix, who passed away, a very well-known teacher in Passaic High School. And our city continues to keep all the families in prayer. I wanted to share, Council President and members of the City Council, along with our public, that we held a number of events as we do every year during this season. We held our City Fall Festival and Adopt a Pet program, our Pumpkin Family Night at the Seniors Center, and our Seniors Trick or Treat at City Hall. Our seniors dressed up and went department to department and demanded we give them candy. We all relented and gave them all the candy that we have. But it's a fun event every single year. Kudos to Francine Wise, to our senior program, and all our children always enjoy it. We put the seniors online, and their grandchildren always comment on it. So it's extremely exciting in our city. I also wanted to share that this year's City Hall office costume contest, where we had a number of judges. Along the judges were Councilwoman Maritza Colon Montañez, who assisted, and as well as additional volunteers, but I'm obligated, though I don't say this with any excitement or enthusiasm, that the winners are the city clerk's office, council president, as they combined with other offices and put on quite the show. So just got that out of the record. Council president, they are owed a pizza party. I just want to say it because we're going to send a bill to you. Anyway, typically every year, I usually pay for the pizza party, but I believe there were outside influences on the judges. I'm not naming anyone, but I think Council President may have had no influence. All right. Besides that, additional note, we had an election here in the city of Passaic. And we want to congratulate our council president, who was reelected overwhelmingly by not just the city of Passaic, but the 36th legislative district, as assemblyman, and we're extremely excited. We also want to extend a congratulations to his running mate, Assemblyman Calabrese, as well as the city of Passaic's Christina Schratz was elected to county commissioner along with her running mate, Mike Ramaglia. And we also want to extend a congratulations to Governor-elect Mikey Sherrill and Lieutenant Governor Dr. Dale Caldwell, and also acknowledge the work of everyone who ran, because elections are very hard. In the city, we want to acknowledge it was a historic night with overwhelming turnout in every area of our city. And continuing with the report, Council President, as you know, with the government shutdown, there were lack of resources available for families, not just salaries that aren't fully being paid. And there were programs and benefits that have been uh, cut, or some that people aren't sure if they will continue, including the SNAP benefits and people's EBT cards. We partnered with the County of Passaic, along with Mount Pilgrim Missionary Baptist Church and the UPO. I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge uh, Reverend Pamela Sally, as well as Dr. Janelle Hall, and the county commissioners. We were able to give out food together with our Passaic Police Department, volunteers from City Hall. Over 2,000 individuals were fed just this week on Wednesday, and we will have another food distribution, which will occur on Friday at Mount Pilgrim Missionary Baptist Church on Autumn and Central. That will take place between 1 o'clock and 3 p.m. Residents that may watch this, you are required to bring your ID and your SNAP card. You can come and receive the food. You can receive the food either driving in your vehicle or walking up. And that leads to our food distribution. Council President, members of the City Council, and to the public, we will have our turkey distribution here at City Hall, as we have done every single year. We will share that information via flyers, post it up, send information to the schools. But I need to remind everyone, it's on a first come, first served basis. We do not take a list. Whoever shows up, we give it to you freely. And you're a resident of the city of Passaic. So if the public can help us get the word out, we want to make sure that every family can receive. We are also partnering with a number of food pantries around the city of Passaic to have a consistent food distribution and giveaway to families in need, especially during these most difficult times. Council President, members of the City Council, members of the public, effective November 3rd, our free bus shuttle has added additional early morning hours. We adjusted the hours to include 7:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Then there's a break between 11:30 to 1:30, and then it continues from 1:30 to 5:30. We came to this decision after looking at the data and realizing that there was a high demand for earlier morning transportation, especially for our students on the way to school. It's going to assist with the weather getting much colder. This will be an additional benefit. We saw that there was a real drop in the use of the shuttle midday around lunchtime, so we're deciding to have that be a break. We remind everyone the shuttle remains inside of the city of Passaic. That's extremely important, because sometimes when you have children or teenagers riding on a bus, there is a concern that if they miss their stop, they may end up in another city or somewhere far. But if there are certain young people or adults that may have special needs, maybe on the spectrum, there's a fear that if they go on the bus, they may end up in another state. This unique service that we have worked together to provide for the city is beneficial in that the bus never leaves the city. So you always know that anyone on there, whether it's a senior citizen that you may have concern, or an adult who may be dealing with other challenges, they will always be in the city. I want to reassure the community of these things. I also wanted to share that we have the infrastructure projects updates with our Veterans Memorial Park, and our fields are now complete, but it is going into the winter, so people will enjoy it for the spring and baseball, but they are complete. Our Howard Avenue tennis courts drainage improvement with the funds we received from FEMA have begun and are being completed. I also wanted to remind everyone that on November 11th is our Veterans Day wreath laying ceremony at 9 a.m. at Armory Park. our Veterans Day wreath laying ceremony at 9 a.m. Again, Friday the 7th at Mount Pilgrim Missionary Baptist Church, 163 Autumn Street, will be another food giveaway. Also on 11/12, we will have a mobile food pantry at Dundee Island Park. We'll host a mobile food pantry at Dundee Island Park downtown in Passaic to provide fresh groceries and essential items to residents and families in need. I wanted to share that we're now continuing again with our trainings. Council President, members of the City Council, our licensing for adults. We're going to begin on December 9th through the 10th with free SORA certification courses for security guards. It's now a requirement in the state of New Jersey to have your SORA license. We want to make sure that everyone is aware of it. We've had great success, not just with the training, Council President, but with job placement. We've had high rates of job placement for individuals through these programs that we fund, whether through CDBG or grants. We've been able to expand this program to include cosmetology, to include phlebotomy, and lab techs. So we're extremely excited about those opportunities for our residents. Also, we want to let the community know that the work on Bragg Park with the Bragg Cafe, honoring the Bragg family with the name on the cafe and the intended welcome sign, has already begun. We've closed off the area. It will continue to have the seating and the area that it has always had, but now with a particular structure there that will be of great benefit. And we have received countless messages from Union Baptist Church members, from the seniors thanking us, from the family directly as we've kept them updated as to the approach. But again, the name itself and the original name, having our share anecdotally being born and raised right in that area my whole life. It used to be just pavers and a payphone. It was never a park. It was pavers and just a payphone. 8 years ago, we added music ballads and we put tables and chairs and trees. We held holiday events with hundreds of kids and the school. We opened it up for community members who came here to the city and asked, can I please throw an event? And we partnered with them and provided them opportunities. And we brought that area to life because, again, I'll reiterate, before it wasn't a park. It was just these pavers and one payphone right on it in a bus stop. The bus stop will remain right there. So to keep the bus stop, it will have the tables, the chairs. Unfortunately, no payphone. No payphone. But we will have cell phone chargers. So we'll keep that aspect of the communication for people. But again, we're very excited about this project, and many residents have sent us thank yous for moving forward on this project and adding, just like we did to the 100 steps in the ward. And this will be a beautiful amenity. That will be the extent of my report. Thank you, Council President, members of the City Council, and the public.
Mayor, thank you very, very much, as always, for the background of the information and knowledge itself. I did want to ask,
Yes.
I've been told that we had a record number of voters.
Yes. Yes, we had a record number of voters. So in 2021, we had about 7,000 votes that came out for the gubernatorial election. In this election, we had over 11,000 voters come out and participate in the election. Total votes with early voting, with mail-in voting, and with getting the message out to everyone and that it's important that our city votes. We're excited about that. I want to commend the work of the city clerk. Obviously, I also want to highlight that this year, once again, our city clerk, Weatherly Frias, went on the road to the schools to encourage young people that they could work and earn up to $300 a day to save money for college, for prom. And we had young people working. It is a unique program that we launched here in Passaic for Passaic County, and now we're seeing it replicated in other areas. We're extremely excited as we also reached out to our re-elected assemblymen regarding the college credits that young people can receive for working in those elections. But yes, we had a record number in relation to our city and our registered voters, and we're excited that people came out to vote.
Very good. I know that the city clerk's office, it came at actually at a very difficult time because they were so busy planning for winning the costume
Yeah.
And a lot of work, but we are so pleased that our city clerk, that's our city clerk, not
Yes.
yours.
Yes, the council city.
We want to once again reaffirm clarity in terms of who does what and why they do it. And questions or comments from the mayor?
If I may.
Please, ma'am. No.
Thank you, Council President. Just want to congratulate the mayor again, hard work. And the idea of bringing the young kids to the pool, that's awesome. Constantly I hear it in the county of how great and nice you see they're instituted in other places. Thank you for that idea, you with the city clerk. And because this time around when I went to the sites, there were so many young kids working and very diligent and working so well, even with the professionals that have been there for years. So that's great. It's great to see that and continue to think outside the box. I do have one more question. With the shuttles, where can, for instance, where do they start? 7:30? Is it right there by the bus stop?
Right here at City Hall. So they
Okay.
leave here at City Hall and they end here at City Hall.
Okay.
There are a number of stops throughout the city in front of businesses, but including Passaic City Hall, ShopRite, we're by Armory Park, Market Street, and coming up Monroe Street. So because we're 3.2 square miles, it's actually extremely beneficial. You're going to be able to end up in every ward. It will pass by throughout the entire city. And again, these new hours from 7:30 until about 11:30 with a break, and then it goes on from 1:30 to 5:30. So something. Yes, no, we have the app that lets you know all
Okay.
of stuff. So if you go to our website, there's also a QR code. I believe Renee may share that. It's on the webpage, right? Also on the stop signs, there's a QR code. And if you just use your phone, you can get the exact schedule and times that they go around. And the location, the live location of the bus. Right now, we have a number of shuttles that are going around, and they go around throughout the day. And now we're looking at potentially, I don't know how to best describe it, sort of opposite direction buses, so it makes it a lot more clear. Uptown, downtown, going in different directions. But something that I wanted to add about the young people for the voting, you reminded me of it. The young people, Council President, members of City Council, they must be registered to vote to work. They must be 18 years old and registered to vote to work. So all polling and all election jobs or opportunities are only open to those who are registered voters. Thank you.
No, but it's a good thing because it also gives them that civic class per se, because it incentivizes them the $300, but also to get registered to vote. And very early on, as soon as they turn 18, they can start working and really seeing what the polls look like.
And the training that occurs here, members of City Council, makes them eligible for 2 years, and they can work anywhere in Passaic County. They can work in Wayne, they can work in Patterson, they can end up working in any of the municipalities in Passaic County.
Thank you.
Any other questions for the mayor?
Just a remark, Council President. And in addition, what my beautiful colleague has just spoken about in terms of the youth, and I said this to you before, Mayor, and I'll say it again publicly. That was one of the greatest initiatives you put forward, right? And I say that for so many reasons. That record number of voters throughout our country is a result of people getting involved and being aware. So not just the fact of they're getting a check, not just the fact of they're learning the process, they're becoming conscious and aware of what's going on around the world. And for that, you should be commended. City Council should be commended for backing the mayor 110% on this initiative. And I just hope it starts to expand. I would love to see that we break records every election. And that's my final comment.
Very good, sir. Thank you, sir, very much. Anyone else? Very good. Mayor, again, thank you so very much for your continued leadership. And we are on our agenda. Roman numeral 5, minutes of May 6, 2025. Are there any changes or amendments to the minutes as presented by the clerk? Seeing no light at this time, is there a motion to accept the minutes? Motion, is there a motion and second? Roll call, please, to accept the minutes.
Councilman Love,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mello,
Yes.
Councilman Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Colon Montañez, and Council President Scheer.
Yes, thank you. We're up to Roman numeral 6 on our agenda, hearing of citizens. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-1 et sec, the council opens every public meeting for comments of the public. However, in accordance with NJSA 10:4-12, nothing in this act shall be construed to limit the discretion of a public body to permit, prohibit, or regulate the active participation at any meeting. Therefore, please be advised that the council will not entertain any comments from persons who communicate obscene material, make statements which are considered bias, intimidation, in which a person intends to intimidate any individual or group because of race, color, religion, gender, handicap, sexual orientation, or ethnicity, or makes comments intending to harass or speak any offensive language. The person who makes these statements will relinquish their allotted 5 minutes for public discussion. Is there anyone who would like to address the council?
Good evening, and congratulations on the election.
May we trouble you for your name, ma'am, for the record?
My name is Alice Bell. I live at 165 Van Buren Street. And I'm here because I need to know on Lexington Ave, the gas station, is there a code for them to do repair and spray painting in the rear of the gas station? Those fumes and the parking after they repair the cars, they're on the street. We can't find parking because they're sitting there. So I know before someone wanted to put a taxi stand there and it was turned down. So I want to know, how could he repair and strip cars and paint cars in the rear of that gas station?
Mr. Fernandez, can you help us? I don't know if you know the situation per se.
So that's on Lexington and what?
Van Buren.
Lexington and Van Buren. Yes, I know exactly where that is. So that was a pre-existing gas station with repair shop that has been there for many, many years.
Does the repair shop include spray painting, things like that?
That is not what it allows. So if there is, we will send our fire prevention bureau, because there's specific requirements to be able to spray paint, and that use is not one of the permitted uses. So if they're doing body work and using it as a body shop instead of a mechanic shop,
I'm
we
talking,
can send code to address it.
I'm talking in the rear of the gas station. What they do on Van Buren, they put 3 or 4 cars and there's a gate there. And in order for the tow truck to back the broken cars in, they remove the car so the tow truck could bring in the broken cars, jump in the curve and everything. So that means 3 or 4 cars are sitting there just waiting for them to go in and out. I have it on film. If anybody,
They're on the street.
yes. And I have it on film if anybody wants to take a look.
Okay, perhaps, Mr. Fernandez, you can get the ladies' contact information and we can proceed with this. There are things that they might be allowed to do, as Mr. Fernandez pointed out, but there are certainly seems that they're doing things that they cannot do.
Right.
Environmentally, the spray painting is a very big deal. There are
Yes.
tremendous rules in terms of circulation of air. Plus, they're not supposed to have cars that they're working on parked on the street. There's a number of different aspects. But Mr. Fernandez, if you be so kind as to give him your phone number, he'll get in touch with you. You can call him, whatever, and we can get some resolution on this.
Yes, okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Anyone else like to address the council, please?
Good afternoon. My name is Frank Lala. And
I would just like to say some history about Bragg's Park.
Can I,
You know,
excuse me, sir, can I ask you to speak louder, please? It's difficult.
I just want to express something about Bragg's Park. The mayor made a statement about, it was just called the park recently and everything else. When I was young, it was always called the park. We always did, ever since I was little. So I just want to put that on the record too, because the community, always recognized that as a park. Another thing I want to say is about the elders, the ones that been homeowners for the past, I want to say 40, 50, 60 years. A lot of the people that hangs in the little park, the elders that been up there for a number of years, they really enjoy the ones that be out there, helping with their bags, their groceries, and a whole bunch of other things. So I just want to bring that to your attention too. But I do have a few questions right now. I got a couple of my questions is, the first one is, for the past 2 years, we've been getting Christmas lights up there, and we had no electricity. So I didn't understand what was the purpose of the Christmas lights when, for some strange reason, the electricity got cut off. So I would like to know why was the electricity cut off and why we didn't have no Christmas lights. Another question is, we're going to build a concession stand, which we all finally agreed on. But we got a rat problem in the city of Passaic, and the rats is gradually moving up there. So once they get up there, how is we going to address that? What really hurt in my heart today, because I stopped in the park today and I watched how they took the little picture or the little monument of Bragg's up there and they took it down. So I would like to know what was the reason of that. And who's really going to benefit from having this up there, because we, like I was saying earlier, we have so many different bodegas up there, so how is that going to make money or make a difference up there? We all with the change, but we just want to know some of these things, how is that going to affect our community? That's all. I just want some answers to my questions.
So the first question, I'm clear with. The second one, I'm not. But if the first question was, why was the electricity cut off?
Yeah, and why don't our Christmas lights up there
And
work?
why we don't have
Yeah.
Mr. Fernandez? Mayor?
Yeah, so it's a construction site. We're gonna be doing construction there.
No, that's in 2 years. We said the past 2 years have been cut
already
off.
Kind of explained that there's gonna be construction going on.
I'm sorry, I think he's referring to the last 2 years.
Yes,
So reason,
yes, sir.
before
Yes.
we were hosting events with the school there, so we had a Christmas tree lighting and the students. We've redirected that event to the center of the city to ensure that everyone can attend. Kids from downtown and uptown, so now it's held. We have the Will Smith Memorial right by the tree. Because that is the biggest tree in the city, that became the more conducive area for the holiday celebration. Because of the islands in the middle, we're able to close it off, have the activities with a DJ, music, and hot chocolate with the Santa that comes in the fire truck. It just works a little better in the middle. We used to also have
Wonderful program there.
we used to have one also at number 11 school, but we've redirected there. So that's why the electricity was removed for the holiday. Electricity as a whole was removed for a number of reasons. The outlets that were there were specific for DPW, so they would be able to plug in their machines when they were going to cut the trees, the grass. Unfortunately, it became a usage for individuals to whether charge items or to utilize for other devices, but that's not the intended purpose of there. So when neighbors would call and say, why is their equipment running so late at Bragg Park? It wasn't DPW because DPW was closed. So until the work was done, as the planning was going along, electricity was closed off. In regards to the sign for Bragg Park, because there's going to be demolition, we don't want the sign to be broken or hurt, so it was removed and it's going to be stored. And again, not only that sign, because we want to keep the history of it, but a bigger sign on the actual concession stand will be put up in honor of the Bragg family.
And Mayor, you seem to be so extraordinarily familiar with the intricacies of this town. I'm constantly amazed. The concession stand the gentleman mentioned. Vermin.
Yeah, I said, how is that going to generate money when we have other bodegas up there doing the same thing? So,
Sure. I think that is a legitimate question, as it will be a specific concession stand like the Boathouse, where it will be open to the public. Because there's a bus stop right across from it, one may argue that the items that can be sold there will be specifically grab and go items. There will be no hot food or competition for the hot food restaurants in the area. Maybe a very convenient, quick grab of a coffee or something very quick while you go on the bus, because the bus stop will remain there. In terms of the revenue that will be generated, there are a number of options, such as supporting the veterans and ensuring that that location can remain strong as it has been for many, many years. So right now, those are the plans. We are always open to suggestions from the public to be submitted to the council and the administration for any additional considerations.
Very good. Thank you, Mayor.
all right. And I have one more thing to say to the mayor. Ms. Henson, she want to know when is she going to come in front of her house and fix her sidewalk?
I couldn't hear.
Ms. Henson?
Okay.
Burgess, she want to know when is you going to come and fix her sidewalk in front of her house?
Me personally, I'll definitely reach out to her.
Okay, Ms. Henson, all right?
No problem,
Right,
Ms.
all
Henson.
right, thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else like to address? Thank you, Mayor. Anyone else like to address the council? Thank you.
Joe Conoscenti. Good evening. Council President, was there any study or anything done with the intersection on Tulip and Oak Street? I know I brought it a couple of meetings ago. The speeding, the dangerous for the crossing guard in that area during school time, even after school time, that area. My next question is, on the last meeting, I brought in like 14 photos, 8x10s, on the property at 147, 149, and 155. The reason I brought those pictures is to show you on what's happening with those buildings every day. The front of the building has the soffit and everything from the roof coming down. All close-up pictures I showed you. And you had that little one up on the screen that nobody could even see the picture. You know, it's pathetic. But there's a lot of issues there. Now you got all garbage in the alleyway. Maybe maybe tomorrow when they go there, they can take pictures and clean it up like they did the last time. But there's a lot of deterioration on those buildings. I don't know, because right now, Alex Perez don't own it no more. So now you got a Passaic LLC, which is nobody's answering the question, who is it? City of Passaic? Oh, maybe I'm not supposed to say that. But that's two. My last question here is, I seen the video, it was earlier today, about a tree that came down, I think yesterday. When you look at the tree's stump, there is no kind of roots. There is nothing. Only statement that I got was whoever did the roads, they cut back on the roots from the street. But when you look at the root, it was done by water damage. But nobody would tell you that. Because all the roots are all rotting away. Because the reason I'm saying it is because the bottom root of a tree goes straight into the ground. And that's not even on the picture. So that's why the tree is falling over. And you have one across the street from your house that's coming down. And nobody's recognizing it. That's the next one that's coming down, right across from your house. The branch is just hanging over. It's going to go right on somebody's roof that owns the house. These are my questions tonight.
You'll forgive me, sir, I'm not quite sure what your questions were.
My question is, who's the property owner on 147, 149, and 55. And the statement that's being made on the computer by the mayor is stating that whoever did the road work cut the roots out. But you have all water problems in that area that cause the flooding and everything. Too much water in a plant is gonna rot away. So that's what happened to that.
So you'll forgive me, I am so out of
You
my.
still don't know. Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Still can't answer.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead, answer.
I am not an arborist. Obviously, I have faith and trust in our professionals that what they're doing is correct. If there's been water damage, hopefully it can be corrected.
You know there's a flood area. Everybody knows that.
Well, not everybody, but in
Well,
terms
you
of
gotta be
this,
dumb if you don't know.
not in I'm sorry?
Just in Passaic, everybody knows that's an all flood area.
There might be a flood area, but its consequences, I don't know. The bottom line, sir, is I must tell you, number one, I'm not familiar that there's been a study on tulip and oak. I don't know if the police department thinks there is a reason. It's up to them to determine if there is a reason for a study. That's their job. In terms of the photographs that you brought in last meeting, we appreciate the photographs. They are an added resource for us and maintain a cherished spot in our file cabinets. In terms of the videos,
I hope so.
I've not seen the videos. Again, I don't know what water damage is or whose responsibility it is. And that's what it comes down to also. It's not owned by the city. The city can take action perhaps, but that becomes a whole legal problem and a cost problem of who's paying for what. So at this point, we leave it to the administration to determine if there's a problem, what the extent of the problem is, what the solution is. If it's within the administrative bailiwick, it probably would not even involve the council, although we invite you to go to code enforcement to see what is publicly available in terms of what they're doing or not doing.
Can I ask one more question that I have
You're within your
about the
5
trees?
minutes, yeah.
Yeah. Another issue we have in this city is PSC&G is hiring a company to cut the trees back. And what they're doing is they're cutting the middle stump there that's killing all our trees. And nobody's looking at it, nobody's saying nothing. It's because, they say because of the wires. But if you go out on all these streets, you go on Passaic Avenue, you could go on Paulson Avenue, you can go anywhere in the city. All the trees got an open spot right across the middle, and eventually they're all coming down in the city. You could believe it, you don't have to believe it.
Very good,
You
sir.
watch.
Thank
Every
you,
day
sir.
they're coming down.
Council President,
Yes, sir.
let me just briefly, the issue that no one's addressing was witnessed on the video while I was addressing it. Just to point it out very quickly, of the tree, the council that has, I think the statement was made, has done nothing. Passed an ordinance that stated that when we're doing road repairs, whether milling and paving or expanding a road, that you cannot cut the roots of a tree. These trees that are extremely large predate all of us in office. Some of them are 60, 70 years old. And obviously,
I
it
won't
takes
take offense.
I just want to clarify, but in recent years,
Why don't we go on from here?
in recent years, the council and the administration moved forward an ordinance that does not allow workers to cut the roots. The issue was addressed 4 years ago after a storm, and we pushed this forward because we went out and addressed the trees. Again, I'll reiterate the issue the gentleman mentioned was my video that I made addressing the issue that he said was addressing. I mean, take issue, but I want to clarify just so everybody's aware who's watching online. Not only have we been on top of it, but we took a measure. And a few years prior, we passed an ordinance that limited the height of trees that can be planted in replacement of trees, because though these trees were put in over 50 years ago, and they've obviously grown this large, and so much work has been done before any of us who held positions that gave us the opportunity to be on these days. We have proactively taken measures. Now, there are roads that, though they're in the jurisdiction of the city, are not city roads. They are county roads. And we have explained the same situation. We have our engineer addressing these issues. But again, I just want to clarify that not only have we addressed it years ago, but the very issue today that others have learned about was because of a video addressing what occurred. We had extremely high winds. We do have engineers going around assessing this, and I believe that the BA wanted to share something. Tulip and Oak that was brought up. Yes, there's an NJDOT local transportation improvement project moving forward on this, as well as, Council President, I have ordered a number of portable speed bumps. And that's actually one of the locations that we're going to put it up on. We're limited as to where we can put speed bumps. We are not allowed to put it on state roads or county roads, but we can put them on municipal roads.
Am I correct, Mayor? I remember something about only planting trees in the future where the roots specifically go down.
Yes, the challenge with the roots is, and you can't control the direction they're going to go in, right? So what happens is, if you create obviously some kind of structure underneath ground that would be strong enough, and in some cases, as you mentioned, it can be done. But practically speaking, with the trees that have been planted 50 or 60 years ago, the roots have already spread to the sides. So over the years, as they've done the repairs on the roads, they used to typically just cut the roots to the road. And you'll see what happens is on some sidewalks, you'll see how the roots are lifting the sidewalk off the ground. You obviously can't have this occur on the street. So typically what they would do is just cut the roots, and that created a bit of a challenge with the imbalance. And with the increase of storms, the saturation of the ground, which obviously compromises the strength of the roots, and then strong winds, we've seen many of them come down. That's why we've been proactively addressing them. But we have so many trees around the city that it's not going to happen overnight, but we are addressing them.
Very good, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Good evening, Council President. It was a very exciting week in Passaic.
Can I have your name, please? For the record?
My name is Yosef Wolf. It was a very exciting week in Passaic, and I would just like to say openly that I learned a lot from you this week, so thank you. In a good way, thank you. There is, in front of the city, over the next few weeks, there is an attempt to subdivide a large lot. This lot is 20,000 square feet. It's on a corner. And the developer wants to put on this lot 3 houses. And each house is going to sell for around $1.6 million. A couple months back, this city council was looking to make affordability in Passaic. And they were stressing that the state is looking for affordability, and they want to appease or follow with the state's advisement. So they proposed and they approved that every multifamily development in Passaic needs a 15% set aside, 1.5. And if you are developing land to sell, whether it's townhouses or development of houses, you need to have, if it's more than 5 units, you need to have a 20% set aside. And I brought this up to the city council, and I want to bring it up again. If this developer would have put townhouses on this lot, he would have made 15 houses available for the general public of Passaic. And he would not have to charge $1.6 million for each house. He could have charged $500,000 or $600,000, create a middle-class house, and it would have been a beautiful thing for the residents and for the developer. But because he has this 20% set aside, if he puts up more than five or more townhouses, he has to sell the houses at a substantial loss. And if he's going to put 15 houses, he's going to have to take 4 houses and sell them at a substantial loss. That is killing the project. And now, because of this 20% set aside that's supposed to make affordable housing, 15 families will not have affordable housing, and we'll have 3 multi-million-dollar houses on those lots. And I challenge the city council, show me houses being developed in Passaic, people taking land and developing 5 more units that you think it's okay or reasonable to ask for a 20% set aside. There are no houses being built. You want to encourage houses, encourage housing. Don't make an additional burden. If there are many houses being built, I understand you want a 20% set aside. Now that there are no houses being built, there will for sure not be houses being built. That is my question. I also want to bring up something I find, I don't want to complain, but I'm sitting in front of a city council that is missing over 40% of their members, at least present in this stately hall. They might be on Zoom, they might be on their cell phones, they might be at a restaurant with their family, they might be at a wedding, whatever it is. There's millions of dollars on the line in this agenda. It affects people's lives. The city council spends a substantial amount of money. Everyone that's sitting here tonight, you have to come and show up maybe 20 to 23 times a year, and the city's going to pay you upwards of $1,300 for each meeting that you attend. Some of them even get health benefits, upwards of $48,000 a year, where they can literally replace their teeth and their faces every single day. And I think it's disrespectful that I'm standing in front of the city council, and the city council says that if a citizen in this city wants to attend on Zoom, they cannot attend on Zoom. They have to submit a statement before 3 p.m. But a city council member who we don't even know what he's doing at the moment has the right to attend this meeting virtually. Thank you.
Anyone else like to address the council? Seeing no hands, is there a motion to close public hearing?
Second.
Motion and second, roll call, please.
Councilman Love,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mello,
Yes.
Councilman Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Colon Montañez,
Yes.
and Council President Scher.
Yes, thank you. We're up to Roman numeral 7 of our agenda, ordinances for second and final reading. Hearing is required. Number 1, proposed ordinance 2502-25, an ordinance amending the designation of restricted parking for disabled persons by New Jersey license plate number. Is there a motion, please, to open public hearing?
Move it.
So moved.
And second, roll call, please, to open public hearing.
Councilman Love,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mello,
Yes.
Councilman Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Colon Montañez, and Council President Scher.
Yes, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the council is deliberating proposed ordinance 2502-25. Is there anyone who would like to address the council on this item and this item only? Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. My name is Yosef Wolf. I would like to ask, does the city have any process for enforcing that once a license plate is approved and a sign goes up?
I'm sorry, sir, you are off the ordinance. I need you on the ordinance.
Okay, you're approving designation of restricted parking for disabled persons by New Jersey license plate numbers, correct, Council President?
That is correct.
Okay. Do you have a system in place that if something happens to this placard of a disabled, whether they don't need it anymore or they pass away, is there a way that the city's enforcing that spot does not stay restricted to all the citizens of Passaic?
All of these spaces need to be reaffirmed every year. If something has happened, God forbid, someone's passed away or whatever, at the anniversary, it would be taken down.
Okay. What is the process for a citizen who has a need for disabled parking spot? What is the process to get this? How did this come about? I'm asking specifically because I
The
live in a,
process involves a medical note of medical need.
It's a state designation as its motor vehicles. We do not designate within the city whether someone is handicapped or not. You apply to motor vehicles, you submit your medical form, and then once you have a license plate, you apply at engineering, and we are not allowed to discriminate. If there's an event in the street, then you're allowed to be approved.
if a neighbor feels that a parking spot is being abused, do they
You're
address?
off the ordinance, please, sir.
Okay, this ordinance to amend the designation of restricted parking for disabled persons by New Jersey license plate number. If a citizen has an issue with this designation, this specific designation, do they speak to the council, the city, or the state?
They would certainly come to the city. It
They would come
seem to me.
directly to the city? The issue would be with the city?
I'm sorry?
The issue would be taken up with the city?
It would seem to me that, ma'am,
The state designates it, so you would complain to.
state designates the city to be its actor.
So it will be taken up directly only with the state, not with the city,
I'm sorry?
not with the city.
Abuse, Susie, the abuse, she may have not heard. The abuse of the parking space, Council President was correct. If someone is not using it or parking a vehicle, these are random examples that do not line up with the license that's on the actual sign. You can put it into the city. Once it's verified either by a police or engineer, they can lose the actual spot.
I'm asking about designation. I'm asking if somebody is driving someone else's car with that designation and parking in that spot, and the other person never drives that car, is that with the city or with the state?
That is not the city. As long as the vehicle, the designation is for the car, Council President. If
Not
the
for the person. That's-
Okay, it's with the state. Thank you.
Anyone else like to address the council on this item and this item only?
Zeno has moved to close public portion.
There's a motion and a second to close public hearing. Roll call, please.
Councilman Love,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mello,
Yes.
Councilman Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Colom Montañez, and Council President Sher.
Yes, thank you. On the ordinance, is there a maker, please? Motion
Second.
and second. Roll call on the ordinance.
Councilman Love,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mello,
Yes.
Councilman Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Colom Montañez, and Council President Sher.
Yes, thank you. The motion is passed.
Yes, sir.
We are up to proposed ordinance 2503-25, an ordinance amending City Code of the City of Passaic, Chapter 295, Vehicles and Traffic, Article 16, Bus Stops, Section 38, Locations, to add bus stop on Lexington Avenue. Is there a motion, please, to open public hearing? Motion, second,
Second.
please. Motion and second. Roll call.
Councilman Love,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mello,
Yes.
Councilman Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Colom Montañez, and Council President Sher.
Yes, thank you. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, the council will be deliberating 2503. Is there anyone who would like to come and address this issue and this issue only?
Second.
Motion and second to close public hearing.
Councilman Love, Councilwoman Mello,
Yes.
I'm
Councilman
sorry,
Mayor,
yes.
Yes.
Councilwoman Colom Montañez,
Councilwoman Colon Montañez, please.
Yes, sorry.
and Council President Sher.
Yes, thank you. That was to close public.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
On the ordinance, please, is there a maker?
Move it.
Motion
Second.
and second.
Councilman Love,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mello,
Yes.
Councilman Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Colom Montañez,
Yes.
and Council President Sher.
Yes, thank you. We are up to a discussion item, discussion on authorities and agencies as per the state of New Jersey best practice. Madam Clerk, what are we doing here?
I believe Rick was going to do the presentation. on
Mr.
that.
Fernandez, what are we doing here?
So annually, the state of New Jersey requires us to discuss the condition of our authorities and agencies as well as our best practices. I know the mayor has, on many an occasion, has kind of touted the percentage of which we have reached. I'd like to let the council know that, once again, the city of Passaic has reached over a 92% best practice rate, and which means that we're in no jeopardy of losing any of the state funds. All of our other authorities and agencies, that's our redevelopment agency, our UEZ, our parking authority, all had their audits and their budgets done. I can tell you that none of them have any major findings. They're all functioning adequately. And with the success of the parking deck, there should be a greater income share between the municipality and the parking authority. So everything is as it should be. And once again, the city of Passaic has received over a 90% approval rating on their best practices.
Do we have any comparative data in terms of our sister cities or other areas?
I'm sure we could compile something.
I mean, 93% is obviously an amazing target, especially when you're talking about such a diversity of agencies and functions and personnel. Any questions from the council at this time? Very good. If anyone, when we develop questions, I'm sure we'll want to revisit this item. Very good, thank you. We're up to communications, Roman numeral 9 on our agenda. Items 3 through 16. 15. Are there any questions, please, on 3 through 15? Seeing no lights at this time, is there a motion, please, to accept 3 through 15?
So moved, Council President.
Motion and second. Roll call, please, on 3 through 15.
Councilman Love,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mello,
Yes.
Councilman Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Colon Montañez,
Yes.
and Council President Sher.
Yes, thank you. A separate vote on 16, please. Is there a motion to accept?
Motion.
Motion
Second.
and second on 16 only.
Councilman Love,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mello,
Yes.
Councilman Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Colon Montañez, and Council President Sher.
Yes, thank you. We're up to Roman numeral 10 on our agenda, resolutions. Item 17 is a resolution authorizing closed executive session of the council. Ma'am, do we need a closed session?
No, Council President.
Very good. Thank you. Mr. Fernandez.
No, Council President.
Mr. Mayor, sir?
None at this time.
Thank you, sir. Members of the council. Very good. Why don't we take 17 off on items 18 through 36? Are there any questions, please, on 18 through 36? Councilman Love, please.
No, I was going to move the motion. No questions.
We will accept the move. There is a move. Is there a second, please? Motion and second to accept. What is it? Excuse me, I'm
18
sorry.
through 36.
18 through 36. We have a motion. We have a second. Roll call, please.
Councilman Love,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mello,
Yes.
Councilman Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Colon Montañez,
Yes.
and Council President Sher.
Yes, thank you. We're up to Roman numeral 11, ordinances for introduction and first reading, number 37. Ordinance adding Part 12, clergy parking permits to Chapter 295, vehicles and traffic of the City of Passaic Code. Second and final reading to be set for December 2nd, 2025. Is there a motion, please, to accept for set down at our next meeting?
Motion.
Motion
Second.
and second. Roll call, please.
Councilman Love,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mello,
Yes.
Councilman Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Colon Montañez,
Yes.
and Council President Sher.
Yes, thank you. Payment of bills. Are there any questions on the bills as presented by the clerk? Seeing the lights, is there a motion, please, to accept the bills?
Motion.
Motion?
Second.
and second. Roll
Councilman
call on the
Love,
bills.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mello,
Yes.
Councilman Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Colon Montañez, and Council President Sher.
Yes, thank you. Payment of bills.
We
We
did that.
just did the payment of bills. Does that include the $1,300 that every council member is making for attending a meeting? And by the way, is that all that the council does, is attend meetings? And only
Absolutely.
council meetings? It
Absolutely
seems to
not.
me that I might have done something in my capacity as a city councilman that was not done between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. every 2 weeks. I wonder what it could have possibly been. Excuse me? We're up to administrator's report. Mr. Fernandez.
None at this time, Council President.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Council President, I would like to announce that the Alliance Building has been completed. The Alliance Building has been completed. I want to thank Doris Dudak, the contractors. Obviously, this is a big deal because it provides services to those who suffer from addiction and certain chronic illnesses. And it is dependent, obviously, on grants, but previously, there was a lease agreement for many, many years where these services were being provided. But now in a very conducive area that is monitored 24 hours a day by emergency responders. There is a specific structure that was completed that we utilized funding through, I believe it was during the pandemic and the COVID.
CDBG pandemic money, I forgot how they called it, the COVID-19 age.
Referred to as the pandemic money.
Yeah, pandemic money from HUD.
But this will also serve as a place where in the future, obviously, we can concentrate services, whether medical or otherwise, to assist those who are most vulnerable during situations like that. And it was completed. So again, I want to recognize Doris Dudak, who stayed on top of the project, the business administrator, and we're excited of this new location that will now no longer require the city to lease space. but it is owned by the city. That is it.
This is funded from grants from the state, if I'm not mistaken.
CDBG funding. Yes.
Very good. Thank you, Mayor. Comments from members of the council? Seeing none.
Yes, Mayor.
I'm sorry, please, ma'am.
Just want to take this opportunity to congratulations, Assemblyman, on your well-deserved victory, because you worked hard down at the state. We know with everything that's happening, we know you are a champion, making sure that the city of Passaic is always at the forefront. You represent the city of Passaic very well, and we appreciate that. And as a councilman, we know that you are on 24/7.
About $1,300 per meeting.
And
Thank you.
at any given time, anyone calls you, your office is always available to help the community. And just want to take the opportunity, and I'm sure my colleagues feel the same way for the work that you've been done for these past years. And congratulations again.
Thank you, ma'am. You're very kind.
Yes.
Councilman Love.
Yes. I just want to echo the sentiments of my very capable colleague, that, you know what, it's needed, right? What we got going on in Washington right now is just disgusting, for lack of a better word, and that might be the most appropriate. And it's good to know that I sit aside a young man who continues to put Passaic and the state of New Jersey at the forefront of ideas and initiatives. It's a pleasure knowing that we can pick up that phone, as our councilwoman said, at any given time. It's a pleasure knowing that citizens in the 36th legislative district, as well as any other legislative district, have a question that we can guide them to your office, and they'll get the correct guidance. So I just want to say thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, everyone, for your very kind words and support. Without that support and that guidance, most especially from our mayor and all of my colleagues, certainly any kind of small success that I might have had these past few years would have been even that much less. That being the case, if there's no other comments, is there a motion, please, to adjourn? Motion.
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn. Roll call to adjourn, please.
Councilman Love,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mello,
Yes.
Councilman Mayor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Colon Montañez,
Yes.
and Council President Scher.
Yes, thank you. This meeting is adjourned.